And our opponent is not waiting. Turn 1, it's already enough time to remove something. I mean, I can kinda understand it. So, we are going for Explorer to get to this, probably 6 mana. And our opponent, indeed, also plays a creature. So what can we go for? We actually need to plan the turns ahead. We need double green, we already have it. We probably go for the black then. Let's go for one singular swampy swamp. And this is... this one is kinda cool. I guess we have to remove Voice of Victory to buy us time, which means that we can also play this as the tap land. And, I mean, kinda works, doesn't it? Kinda works, right then, Delne? And we can start doing the big stuff. This could already be Caverns, sorry, not Caverns, the Fabled Passage. So let's get mana while we can. Yep, we mill a little bit more. We can get the Esper Origins with this, so, we might get some value from this. And let's go double red. This way we have all the mana colors right now. Did we literally hit double Explorer from the top? Sure, why not? Rafale, tough turtle. It's tough because it lifts, so it's tough. So yeah, our opponent attacking with Delne, literally into a blocker. Very interesting. So that kinda tells you they have probably 2 mana burn like Helix. I will just take the damage, it's not worth it. I've noticed that generally most of the players do not bluff, so if they attack like this, that means they have something. It's so rare to see this type of attack. So we could go for Fabled Passage twice. That means we take all the basics from the deck, and also we have a chance to get... Moment, I need to think, because we can also play this, but it will shock us, which is not good. Don't get shocked. Okay, this is a little bit better, but we still want to keep milling, so we can maybe draw Esper Origins for future. Now we have quite a lot of mana. Like, this is a lot of mana. We don't have too many sweepers in this deck, so we need to kinda respect them. Let's go for green, we have a lot of green cards. Here it is. Here it is. So we could go for Legend of Roku. This is 3 mana, this is 2 mana. They will deal a lot of damage, and on the next turn we can probably block with Explorer. It kinda did the job already. So I'm thinking about Origins. And let's do it like this. We don't really care about lands so far. Let's just go with this. This means that we can kinda try to block. Honestly, this is good, because we take the first card, we cannot take this with this effect. So this has to be second from the top. We don't need the land, but we just do it to preserve the Day of Black Sun, which is exactly the card I wanted to hit. I was even checking if we milled it, and I was like, oh yes, we didn't. That's good. That's good. So our opponent has... Oh, so that was the bluff. That's a lot of damage. I didn't expect something will enter at the end step. So I expected Helix, not this. So this is way worse, because of course everything is doubled. That's a ton of damage. I mean tons of damage. And if they wasted it, that means... I mean we cannot really block it easy, right? With power 2 or less can be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. So yeah, at least this cannot attack, so it's a little bit of triggers, but not too many triggers. We have 1 sweeper, we need to make it count. And we'll try to force them into pumping Delne. Oh, they will kill the Explorer. Okay, that's respectable. This is a good play. That means we cannot block, because this has 4 power. But at least we are getting extra value. This is 2-drop, even though it doesn't look like one. So Day of Black Sun will kill it. And that means we probably go with Sozin. We got the extra mana, so there's that. We probably need different mana. Let's go like this. Yeah, much better. Now we have double red. But to be fair, we still lose the mana if we go to combat phase for 4 damage. I'm reading the comment, okay? I got the comment and now I pay attention. 3 mana, it's not perfect. But I think this is still the best play. Well, of course we are losing a little bit. We took tons of them, so we are way lower on... Man, we could shock this and play Legend of Roku already. But I just don't think it's worth it. Like, if I had a card that gave us 2 life, I would instantly take it. So probably that means I don't want to pay 2 life for no reason. Delnay, last card. Okay, okay. Is that Raphael? That's my first thought. Voice of Victor is annoying, but we can deal with this. It could also be Frontline Rush. But I think Raphael is probably the one. Where are you, Raphael? Probably around R. That's my guess. Don't ask. I just know those things. So what do we have? Another Raphael. This one is Watching Night. Attacking creatures have double strike. Alright. I see. I see how it is. Okay, and other than this, pretty standard build. Okay, that's important. So, Delnay is the only problem. I think we just storm it. That means we can start... Wait, you know what? This should be the moment. I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it. Because we solve the last piece of value they have in the board after they lose Delnay. And we know that we'll have tons of cards. We basically never run out. Yep. Our opponent has 0 cards, so probably not the play of the year. But you can always do it. We get the treasure, so there's that. So this is like demolition field, but you get the treasure. You don't need to, you know, search for basic. Pretty good with decks that, you know, either use graveyards and lands or just don't have enough basics. You don't need to have this in the library. So it has to be Pulse. But we can still go for this until end of your next turn, so that should be good enough. We will use the treasure. Like getting basically 3 extra mana. 3 extra mana because we can make the play that normally would make on the next turn, which would cost 3 mana. Well, here you go. Here you go. We could also play this and keep the treasure for later. So that's even better. Okay, with Delnay gone, with Fountain Port gone, they have literally the stop card and that's it. And Sozin is about to flip sides. Well, not really sides, but you get the idea. Come on. You're not getting it. You're not getting it. I wanted to sacrifice it in response. I mean, you know, I think this hand looks very familiar. I mean, very familiar. Let's go, Elves. Hopefully you won't die on turn 1 again. Let's see what our opponent is cooking. Probably some aggro or combo. But maybe we'll be lucky and have an actual game of Magic. You know? Something more than can I sweep the board and see the scoop. So far it's looking good unless it's Zultai. Then it's Kavaro and that means they went on turn 4. I told you, there's no point in having hopes up. It will be deck that tries to kill you. It will be deck that tries to kill you. So we probably need Rise of Sozin as soon as possible. We have double black. We need what? Swamp? Swamp. If we take Swamp, we get all the mana. You know what, let's take it. I just want to have guaranteed Rise of Sozin because this produces black mana, but this is only green. So if we don't hit the land, well, this can be very scary. It can be very, very scary. So we could Rise of Sozin on the next turn, which is, by the way, kinda impressive. we will play Rise of Sozin before they will be able to play their 4-drop I win the game card. Wait. Is Kavaro deck so... Are Kavaro decks so scared? Oh, we got discarded, but thankfully you have exactly 2 cards. It won't be fast enough. By the way, I'm just making this strategy, but just so you know, it probably doesn't matter at all. Because not only we lose the whole board for this, which means we probably will lose a value game, because this deck can play normal value game, but we probably will miss Kavaro too. But I still have to make this play. That's literally the only thing we have. So, you know, so basically Kavaro decks are so terrified of other Kavaro decks that they feel that they need to play sideboard card. This is a purely sideboard card. Main deck, because otherwise they cannot play. So when I see something like this is actually hilarious. If our opponent takes Kavaro, that will be funny. Do you think they will take it? And our opponent literally conceded. Sorry if you hear the noises, I try to, wait them out, but unfortunate. Our opponent scooped in between. So our opponent took Cavarro, and then they scooped the game. Because they were surprised by chapter 2. Man, this is the sneakiest play ever. You just don't know what is the next chapter. You have no idea of knowing, and then it just gets you. Oh no, they have chapter 2. Oh, I knew there was some scheming involved. Whenever you see anything that is resembling blue and green, or blue or green, that's probably a Cavarro deck. I mean, I'm not surprised. This card is so bonkers, especially with things like, elementals and, the other thing that, like this is just the best reanimator card that we had since a very long time. Let's go for Origins. Unfortunately, like, those are not the cards we are looking for, this is really bad draw. Even though we are on the play, our draw actually doesn't let us use it in any way. We are really behind. And fortunately, our opponent just keeps wasting the resources. So let's see this. We discarded, so it was still not better to hit Esper Origins just because, it still goes to the graveyard. I mean, they have nothing here. Both of the cards are a miss for the matchup. And you have to play them because otherwise you die to other matchups. So, you have to take those cards, but if you hit them wrong in the matchup, I mean, you are really behind. Vibrance is pretty darn good. This is probably the best value we will get. We have double green and double red, so that's nice. We push some damage, we get the land, we keep the things going. We can destroy land, but it's probably not worth it. Like, they don't have anything. 3 damage to the face. That's what we do. That's what we do. Not sure what land will take. I mean, I think I know at this point. There's only one choice. With this, we at least can, pressure a little bit. So, if you aren't sure what we are playing against, this is a Cavarro Excruciator deck that I think was kinda first seen on Pro Tour, and since then I don't think it was modified at all, like by a single card. So far, every single card matches, and it will probably continue until end of the game. Our opponent will probably kill Vibrance, so they have 2 Avaris if I remember. Here you go. So Reef, okay. Okay, those are some interesting plays right now that we can make. Now it's starting to get a little bit interesting. We need to keep pushing damage, that's for sure. You know what we have to do? This is what we have to do. We need to keep aggression going. This is a nice turn. Our opponent didn't want to take this hit. They don't play sweepers if I remember right. They play, Hex, Winter Night Stories, this type of stuff. Generally they try to remove 1 for 1. I think I'm right. I need to double check, but I think they didn't run Deadly Cover-Ups like at all. I think it had double intimidation tactic if I remember. At least one of the versions I covered. Oh, it's guys, believe or not, it's a Cavarro deck. I know. Absolute crazy stuff. So, we don't have removal for Cavarro, unfortunately. Like, Cavarro and Deceit is insane pairing if you don't play the Bringer, game plan. We could go for the Esper Origins, which is kinda okay. I think we first need the mana. This will probably die, but we'll still draw something. We could get... well, that's the wrong mana, so we probably just get Legend. Okay, now we are going, but now it's too late, because now we switch the strategy to trying to be aggressive, and now we are getting the value card, so it's all over the place so far. Next turn it can be Excruciator already, and then we lose the game, because we just won't kill them in time. And they have Reef, so they can mill the last cards. Even if you block this, you still, get the attack trigger. Alright, another Deceit. Cavarro for days. That's like second game in a row I'm playing against Kavaro deck. But you know, guys, this is like day one. I'm playing it right after the reset, so all of those guys are, you know, just mythic players that, you know, I mean, like we are, like the same. Everyone went to Platinum, so now everyone is racing with their favorite meta deck to see the number go up, you know? Alright, our opponent has chosen the Legend of Roku. Now, we will definitely go for this. I think I will have to sweep, but... Those are 6 drops, even though they cost 4. So sweeping this will be a bit of an issue. Let's call it this way. At least we have a lot of life. Let's check the mana, because we might be forced to cast a lot of spells now. We'll get... Well, we have double black. Okay, we have all the colors, so it should be fine. It should be fine. We could go for Esper Origins again. Or just go for Legend of Roku so it starts going. We get extra mana. Yeah, let's go for this. I don't think we'll win, to be honest, because my expectation is that they will play Excruciator, and, you know, it will be a little bit late. But maybe we have survived because we cast this. That's kinda the combo. If you don't know the card, you survive 1 whenever you cast a non-creature spell, and you can return it for only 7 mana, and then it becomes this. It's 5/5 that has flying, and when it dies, it's at the bottom of your library. So, I mean, isn't it kinda impressive, man? Imagine, you pay 7 mana and you get a 5/5 flying demon. Holy! This is kinda good card. We can hit face with this. Let's take it. That means we probably need to play it on the next turn. Hex, of course, not very meaningful. We can live gain with it, but it will have to be a very weird tap. We can destroy the land by putting counter on a land, so when it dies, it becomes a land. So that could be the play. But we're at 26, we still have a little bit. Is our opponent trying to mill us? There is still a chance if they don't have Excruciator or any card advantage, and they will just try to smack us in the face, it might be not a good game plan. Restless Reef is a little bit annoying here. Okay, they're trying to defend with 1 Kavaro. I mean, makes sense. I think that was a good play. But we're getting some Origins because we don't mind getting milled. The only problem is Excruciator. If they didn't draw it, that's not a problem for us. Like, we can live without it. Do we want to sweep? You know what, let's just go for Vibrance. Maybe let's go green, because we only have 2. So, we play Fabled Passage. We get the land. There is still a chance, guys. Actual chance. We get more mountains. With this, we can go nearly, all the way, nearly. We could just deal 3 damage. But I think getting this is kinda good. We kinda need to bank on them not getting the card. This is the only way we can win. And let's get the fold. Because this way we can kill Reef later. And do we go Esper Origins? I mean, that's the play, huh? That is indeed the play. Definitely not Hex, but Explorer is kinda good. Well, it will mill, and they will probably mill with Reef. And we chill, because now Legend of Roku can flip. We might get to 8 mana, which means that maybe we can make a dragon or something. And we'll see, we'll see. I mean, it's looking way better than I expected it will. Because they're missing Avarice, Winter Night Stories, and Excruciator, of course. And to be fair, probably also Kavaros, because they could still draw the 3rd one and the 4th one. So that would help them push the damage and sweep the board a little bit. So far it's decent. Okay, Day of Black Sun. That's definitely not our favorite. I don't think this was in the original version. I think they added it for best of one. Normally, I think the deck was sweeping with Harvester of Misery. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't remember this card in the deck. I remember Harvesters. So now our opponent needs to decide if they block or attack. So this is interesting. They see Busting Set that combined with, Vibrance can win the game already. This is actually kinda interesting. So, man, I would love to sweep those. I think we go for the Demon. This is kinda cheap, so if they have another Day of Black Sun, which is a possibility, that might backfire a little bit. I'm thinking about Garland. Because it is a flyer that threatens lethal on the next turn. Guys, this is the first freaking time we ever had Chaos, the Endless. I love this card. I wanted to play with this since it was printed. And our opponent, well, kills it for a single point of mana. Well, I hope you enjoyed the Demon Glory. This is why you don't see those cool cards in Standard usually. Like, why would you play this if you can just get cover? Of course, here in the deck we are mostly using the front side. That's why it's in the deck, and it's kinda good here, because you can surveil. Where is my creature? Oh, it's at the bottom. Here you go, that's the ability. So this is just here to provide some pressure and basically keep surveilling, because you have so much value from this. You know, the backside is just a freebie in case the game goes wrong, but you can see how hard it is to close the game with it. And our opponent is milling themselves. We could trade here. How much value do we have? I could trade here, kill both Cavaros and go from there. This will give our opponent one turn of breathing room. But they need to draw Excruciator. I think we trade. This is good deal for our opponent is actually playing extremely well. Like from start to finish, like for example, they know that the value of this card is way weaker because now we can kill this on the next turn. But I still don't mind this trade for us because we are about to sweep the board, so we would lose it anyway. And the only thing we couldn't sweep was exactly this one reef. So kinda working in our favor. Yeah, our opponent is just unhappy probably because they didn't draw Excruciator. Well, that just changed. I really hope I won't get instantly punished, man. Oh boy. Oh boy. What happens if we don't hit the right card? Revert the top, if it's a permanent card. So we need to hit a non-permanent. We don't have too many of those. I don't know what are the last cards. So the play is to make as many freaking creatures as humanly possible, and all of them need to be lethal. So we are going for Esper Origins. Our opponent does not have a full... we will... I guess we are getting the permanent. Let's not surveil anything, shall we? Now we have two win cons, and they can block only one. They're drawing 2 cards per turn, so this draw will decide who wins. I'm so unhappy that they got Excruciator on exactly the turn I wanted to invest to sweep the board and reverse it. This is why I was hesitant, because if you use whole turn to just kill it, you still give them extra turn to, get something, but, I really hope it won't happen immediately. So right now we are in a bit of a pickle. Those 2 cards will decide who wins. And it seems that our opponent is indeed good at magic, and they drew first Excruciator and then Day of Black Sun for our board to get swept immediately. They will mill first. We killed the reef, and we can kill the next one, so it's still not fully over. And that also means we go for this. I mean, this is a good one. No, let's go for something that... so this is for defending against reef, and this is for attacking. And I think we can still go for it. Just to keep the creatures going. Okay, this is good. This is a non-permanent, which means we are not drawing it, which means it's just revealed. Very good. So our opponent needs to draw again, something that saves him. Right now we are winning again, until those two cards hit. Let's see. Reef, we can kill it. And the last card. Is this a meaningful card? I think we should win this. I think we've got this. Somehow, someway. I cannot believe, but it still could be removal or something, so let's not count our eggs before they hatch. That's the expression, right? Our opponent will do 2 cards on the next turn, so they still have 1 additional turn after this one. And we'll probably try to do... Okay, I told you, I think that card is just not good enough. I mean, we got it, you know, I'll take the win. So guys, this is the deck list. It's not random, it actually went 5-0 in Standard League in MTGO, so, you know, proven useful. However, we pre-sideboarded some cards for best of 1. I just couldn't feel, you know, playing double Duress instead of double Day of Black Sun, so this was my change and it proved to be useful in Cavarro games, so maybe it made a difference. I think playing only 2 sweepers and they costing 6 mana, even with elves, is a little bit crazy, so with 4 it feels way better. Of course we have Explorer, so we can ramp into this a little bit faster. But you know, I think Days of Black Sun are just so useful right now. And yeah, you have seen all of the games, so we literally didn't drop a game somehow. So that was a bit of a weird day on Arena for me. We mostly played Cavarro, which I would consider pretty bad matchup. Like, I didn't sideboard in the Ooze, the End, or Strategic Betrayal or Vacuum. We have so many answers to this deck, and I'm like, alright, we'll probably not sit. Well, that was the most of the matchups, and we still beat it somehow. So yeah, went well. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. This is the archetype with, you know, a lot of new cool, maybe not new, but cool cards that you don't really see, so I really wanted to showcase them. We didn't see Nibelheim Aflame, which I was really excited for, but we at least showcased Garland, which is better than I expected, and you've seen the Demon. It wasn't mostly terrifying because it died for a Hex, but you know, we had it. And Legend of Roku has tons of potential. It's pretty slow for current standard, that's why you don't see it, but it's a very powerful card, so I was super happy to play with it. I crafted 4 at some point and I want to use them. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you to, you know, all the patrons supporting the content so we can make those crazy decks. And yeah, really thank you guys for that. And yeah, I think that's it for today. Thank you for watching until the end, and see you guys in the next video.